You have something to say to me?
So welcome back to the adventures.
Sweet moon sugar.
How are you, Ralston? Currently in Sadismora Gateway Inn. And we just purchased the hospitality papers and I don't remember if the ghost is gone. Probably yes.
This scent is new.
No,
I'm
ghost
waiting.
is still here. But I think we already tried killing it, not the wolf.
Speak quick. Do I know you?
Not sure this is the last save. Anyway, not very distant. I don't know, I must have lost a save because I remember I already did that part talking with the Talvani masters. Oh, can we just jump there? Seems so. Oh, we found a way to enter the city. Not so protected after all. There's even a god. But we need to eat something. Better to do it immediately. Right. So we have a Talvani guard here.
Unknowly Dreth. I know.
Nothing should add the hospitality papers. Maybe not.
Tax records.
I have purchased hospitality papers. So where are my hospitality papers? Maybe I have put them in some container. It could be, but I have the journal telling me that I already bought them, so they must be somewhere. But anyway, just discovered that if you are a member of the House Talvani already, the guard don't really arrest you. They just tell you to buy the hospitality papers, but
Remember the amulet we found last winter?
they don't do much. Anyway, how could I have put these hospitality papers? Maybe my friends. But it's strange because let's try and search them.
Certification of
Oh,
Hospitality.
here they are.
By proclamation of House of Telvani, Town of Sadrith Mora.
Okay, so these are the hospitality papers. Now they are even have visible title. So in theory the god should have no excuse about not. Okay, that's a bug with the god, I think, because I don't think this is a duplicate. Yeah, this is the standard identifier for the hospitality paper, so the god probably is not
Certification of Hospitality.
properly filtered. Oh, better take a note about it, because he doesn't. I will take a note using the BC command, and it does not recognize hospitality papers. That could be a problem, because let me check also. Okay, so he's coming from the mod which is adding the walls and the closed city Sadrifara, but it's not going to recognize the papers. So I could just stop and fix it now, but well, don't think I want to stop. Maybe when we crash, if we crash, I could just fix the mod. But for now, let's go. Oh, let's try another god out of curiosity. So maybe they just realize that you're a member of the House Talvani and just don't look if you have the papers. They just tell you, hey, you need the papers, but they don't really check. Should be something easy to fix, but it has no consequences.
Masera.
But I remember I already did all this quest and that's strange. I really think I should have a save before this one. Maybe I know what happened. It was one of the automatic saves done by automatic saves done by the newer mod, and probably I have written it with the new one, playing another test character, things like this. So probably I forgot to make every now and then a save, not automatic, but with a proper new name, because this way I'm sure that the saves will not be overwritten by the automatic saves. Probably that's the reason why I forgot to do a new save with a new name. So I lost the one where I have
Mouth Gallows Mathendes asked me to
down
deliver a
these
coded message
quests.
to debate fear and tell fear.
That's the reason. So I could try and look for the save in a backup, but I think all in all it will take more or less the time to redo the quest, so I will just do them fast. Okay, we need to deliver a coded message to divide fear.
No, not yet.
And this is one. And then we need
I spoke with Arera Uvulas, Master Nelitha's mouth, who came to inspect the south turret bed chamber when the gateway haunting manifests. She says she can.
slow soap.
Mouth Arera Uvulas asked me to acquire 5 portions of slowed soap.
Not sure, but maybe I have it. No, but I have the mock somewhere, I think. Oh, a couple mock here. Now I have only 2 muck pieces. Oh, 3. Well, 3 of them. But slow soap is something more rare, so I think we need to buy it.
Mouth Malam Ryan mentioned something about asking Balada's Demnevany 3 questions.
So I'm running fast because we did this last time, so I think just a matter of...
Mouth Malam Ryan wants me to ask Balada's Demnevany about the disappearance of the dwarves.
Just a matter of running through the quests.
I could kill that Gwar. Those boots are ruined.
And we need to get the
Mouth
muck
Raven
for
Ormain asked me to
Mr.
bring her
Strata.
5 portions of muck for potions of cure disease.
And we need new
Mouth
gloves.
Felisa Ulesson gave me some new clothes and asked me to deliver them to Mistress Thorena in Tel Brenora. Mistress Thorena is eccentric, and I should be careful not to offend her.
And probably we can advance. Not yet. Okay. And we can start asking about the conjuration
I'm
expert.
told that Master Nelith of Tel Naga is a powerful wizard, though conjuration is not his specialty. Yulani Helleran at the Mages Guild.
Okay, so need a couple of muck. And slow soap, and slow soap I think it's hard to find, and better to go and buy in the shop. But the muck, in theory, we should be able to find a couple near the entrance to the city. Maybe our companions. Hi Yashka. She has the mark. Okay. But you can follow.
Come with me. All things alchemical.
Oh, come on then, say something or move on.
So this is not the shop of any salad, but maybe a Pierlet here. Could have it. Let's ask.
At your service, Outlander.
Why, she has the mark? Maybe. One piece.
My selection can't be beat. At your service, Outlander. We have some money. Good. Even buy a spell.
Withershins by Yakat Tawashi. All right, said Kazaga. Why don't you want to talk? Zaki put down his mug of mead and
And we are in a mage shop. There is no sign outside, but this mage is a powerful Talvani mage, not willing to sell spells to us. We are too low in the Talvani list of how can I say it? In the Talvania ranks. But anyway, at least we found...
Sadruth Mora's slave market has what you need.
a nice book to read. And learn a restoration point. Any sell of these this way, I think. I think our shop is near the inn.
I heard that Veras Riram is a close friend of Altus Toro C.
I'm listening. Tell me what you want.
We need some load soap. Not cheap. And she also has a quest for us. We started last time.
How can I get a robe like that? Yes.
We must.
Where is Inderenian? And how will I recognize core wine?
We must give a message to Master Core
Arterum of the
Wine.
Sijic Order gave me a coded missive to deliver to the Altmer core wine in the fortress of Inderenian. He was a member of the Sijic Order during the first era millennia ago. After I return with his reply, she will give me a robe in the fashion of those worn by members of the Sijic Order.
Okay. So Another little girl. And as you can see, I have fixed the displayed generic race for the children, because I think it's not really a bug, but the mod was giving to the class special classes for the children, all lowercase names, and these were not normally visible because you could see the child name, but using the QQQBBB mod, not clairvoyant narrating, you have standard names hidden until you talk with people. So we were seeing the race of the child, and this was something to fix. Anyway, not hard to change. Don't tell anyone that I'm here. I'm supposed to be at home walking in the garden. It's a secret. Okay, so basically it's a mini game in the game.
Retainer Ani Sealeth, I suggest you watch out with vampire dust. I have heard from a friend of mine that sniffing it can actually give you the vampire disease.
And it's a mini game. The game, you have to talk with children, and after a while you talk with them, they will start getting candies from you and so on, but it takes time. Okay, so we now have the slowed soap. We have a short way. This amulet, not really good. It has interesting effect, but also a very bad one. At least during daytime, because it has a burning effect from the sun. So better to use it at night. I don't remember where I get that amulet. Some mods for sure. Oh, this lady.
Yes, here they are.
Oh, we need one more mark. Forgot it. The questions. Oh, we have this load soap.
Yes, here they are. Mouth Arera Uvulus thanked me for bringing her slowed soap. Mouth Arera Uvulas wants me to acquire a staff of the Silver Dawn. This staff allegedly belongs to someone in the Mages Guild in Sadrith Mora.
So we have 2 reasons now to visit the Mages Guild. Find the staff and find the mage responsible of the ghost in the inn. Ooh, some muck. Yeah, found it. Should I have enough? Yeah. And as you can see, I love to mix and match the mushrooms. We have a pale mushroom there, and those over there I think are from Wurt, but not sure about it. But anyway, mixing them, it's great. Not sure this is the proper way. One of these is restore fatigue, but never remember the icon.
Is there something I can do for you?
Maybe I could sell a couple of these. Hello Dana. I don't remember. I think must be some Antares mod or some mod like Morrowind crafting, but I'm not sure about it. We must investigate. Not hard to do in theory. Let's see. Well, it's an MCA vendor, but I think it's something in dialogue. So maybe it comes from some.
I am blessed to be at your service, Outlander.
Let's see, buoy armor being one. We can start a search for that. So we look for common search. We want to search for things in the data files folder only, and we look for ESPM file, something like this, containing the string, which is by armor being worn. The mod is called NPC Commons version 8. It's the same mod, now I remember, it's the same mod by which you can ask NPCs to do different things like move, disrobe, face away, position, and so on. It's I use it mostly when I want to make someone face some direction or position, or if you want to role play. I think a mod has some sleep also, animation, I don't remember. I don't use it very much, but every now and then. And the nice thing is, if they don't like you enough, they tell you to go and do yourself things. So, for instance, I think this one, not with you, as you can see, it's not very useful if you want to just make people undress, because they must like you very much. But I think it's a useful mod because it has all this animation. For instance, if you want an NPC to emulate sleeping on a bedroll. I think there's a command for that. But anyway, we'll hide this. If my PC doesn't explode trying to run all these things together. But it's not exploding for now. This way. Okay, this way. I'm sure most of my frame rate problems here are from the NPCs, because I have the children mod and MCA and they are very heavy about frame rate, but also a lot of other mods. Oh, I am pretty good for now. And I must say, usually we are not very fond of the Elder Scrolls Online, but the music is very, very good to use when you play Morrowind, I must say. It blends very well. Honestly, I have played The Elder Scrolls Online, tried to play it for a while, and I'm not able to play much because all those people around, jumping around and running around is ruining the experience for me. I'm not able to play multi-user
Don't bother me.
games, probably, but All in all, it's nice
At
just to
Wolverine Hall they say
explore
that the
places.
only local conjuration expert is Yulani Helleran, a Mages Guild instructor. She teaches conjuration.
Especially places like the Brighton regions.
Someone at Wolverine Hall said that Yulani Helleran has a mischievous personality, and that she has some sort of bad feeling for Angered Hell and the Gateway Inn. The person...
Okay, so let's see. If we can find this stuff and this mage. Oh, but this is the fighter guilds?
Today is your lucky day, so let's hear it.
It is a pleasure, Outlander. Do you require my services?
Where is she?
I was able to persuade Yulani Helleran that, though the gateway haunting joke was charming enough, the humor was beginning to lose its luster, and that someone might get hurt. She agreed to stop the hauntings, but she gave me a
Welcome,
little note and
Outlander.
asked
I've
me to give
special
it to Angered
prices
Hell.
just for you today.
I'm not sure about the QQQBBB mod. I love it from one point of view, but sometimes it's a little annoying because not every NPC is keeping the name displayed after you talk to them. For some reason, some of them don't stick. The names
Hello,
don't stick.
Outlander. I hope you won't
So
take
you
too
have
much of my
to
time.
repeat talking with them. Oh, I should have one. Maybe, or maybe not. Not yet.
Not yet.
A chip. Restore. And the lady should have the staff, I think. I don't
Give her
think I have the
300
money.
drakes.
No. And Yashka here also, I'm not able to see her name, regardless of all my efforts. The unknown potions are a little annoying because you have to use them, and when you have just one of precious potions, it's not very good. But all in all, that part I don't dislike very much. What I dislike is, for instance, having a companion and not being able to display the companion name after I talk with them a lot. And I tried everything to fix these things in the mod, every position in the scripts where I can hunt and display the name, but for some reason it works for some NPCs and for some others it doesn't. I have not understood yet how it is meant to work. It seems like certain dialogues display one control for 99% of NPCs, and every now and then it doesn't work for some reason. Must be some magic, some dark magic. Anyway, Yashka here, we know her, and she's our orc friend. And I don't think I can sell these things because I have another mod which is Svang was doing a similar mod. Well, I'm interested, but again, trying to understand and fix the script, I think that's something that is not working as expected in the tools that we have available from the Lua, or we don't understand how some of the windows work. Because I tried, and still I don't understand why it doesn't work for every NPCs. Because in theory the windows are those the same, and it should work for everyone or for no one, but it's not like this. And also sometimes these names are stored correctly in the save game, but sometimes you reload and they don't update correctly, so that's something still to fix. But QQQBBB I think has stopped modding Morrowind for a while, so we are a little stuck with this situation. So Sven is working on something like this since a lot of time, and it's not yet released. Must be really something complicated. But probably it's related also to being able to save the NPC state, because similar problems I think are with the mods making NPC able to open the doors and follow you through loading doors. The real problem is not making the NPCs follow you. The real problem is saving their state so they remember to go back from where they came when you reload. And so far I have not seen a mod working perfectly well with this problem, because it's not easy. And I think the mod by for Lom is correct. Ex Magista is not even trying to save the NPC state, because he's disabling completely the possibility to save while NPCs are following you, and so it does block your saves, in fact. So that's not the correct way to tackle the problem, in my opinion, because if you have 10 NPCs following you, it's sure that one of them will not stop following correctly, and so you will get stuck without being able to save your game anymore. So not a way I like. And the mod by Sven, I think, which is doing more or less the same, and other things, probably has a better approach for this, but I'm not sure. So far I not found a mod working 100% well for that. He did add this recently. I don't know. Last time I took a look at the code, it wasn't really like this. I mean, it was possible to save, but like in the normal game, you can save, but that NPC that is following you and that is outside of where he should be will remain in the new cell. So there is no logic trying to put the NPC back after loading in the cell where he should be when he stopped following. NPC will just remain where he is. So, well, it's still better than blocking saves, but it's not solving the problem. It's just hiding it. So, not really solved. And it's not easy because saving the state of NPCs in a reliable way is not something easy, it seems. But that's one of the other reasons why I often prefer the old scripting, because at least the state of things is always saved automatically, and then you can reload and use your logic, but at least you're sure that things are more or less saved. No pursuit. I tried a couple of mods, but not found one working yet. If I would use one of them, probably I would use the Sven one, because at least it was not blocking the saves, but maybe now the one from Axe Magister is at least not doing that anymore, so maybe it's better. But I will try again. Every now and then you have to try and see if things change. But I had a bad experience with one of the mods, the one adding a new spells, because I did not read the readme with attention and did not realize that these new spells, if you create spells with the new effect, you must remember before removing the mod to delete every new spell you have made, else you will have those effects in the save game, but you will not be able to load them and the game will crash, and there's no way to fix the saves. It's very hard. So for a while I lost my testing saves with a high level character, and I found a way to fix them only recently. But that's one thing that, in my opinion, was to put in the central page in front of the mod for people to be aware that that they could not remove the mod without fixing this thing, else you had all your saves to crash immediately on reload. So sometimes I think that Lua mods are powerful, but especially adding new format for saves, you have to be very specific if there are potential problems, ruining the gameplay for people, because powerful means also that can cause big problems like the crashes and for instance the problem with blocking the saves and so on. But anyway, we are here looking for money, and I don't think Yashka has money, but she has. And that's also another big thing about unknown mod. Maybe you don't feel it very much, but when you are used to write code and you see a mod, you oftentimes need to look at it, how it is done, learn from it, tweak it, and doing that with mod by Xmagister is really something that your your hair is going like, I don't know the English expression, how to say it in English, but your hair it's like a porcupine. I don't know how to say it. He is writing code in a way that you have to immediately go in the editor, click auto format the code because you don't understand the line. It is written in a way that's no, spaghetti code is better. Spaghetti code is a matter of maybe how you organize things, but it's a way. One of the most important things about coding is, and that everybody learn at the start, is how to properly indent code, because it's something that everybody do more or less in a similar way. It's like ABC about coding, and the Xmagister is not doing that for some reason, and it's strange because judging by how complex code he is able to do, even if a little spaghetti for other reason, but at least formatting things should be easy and also even automatic. You just have to click one button if you don't like to do it, and he's not doing that for some reason. Anyway, everybody is free to do like they prefer, but I think this is the number one reason why not many people in the Morrowind coding MWSC channel are really looking at his script, because it's so strange. I mean, it's true that for instance, for Morrowind, if you use shorter shortest source code, you can spare a couple bytes, but don't think nowadays that is a problem. Yeah, I think it's some kind of habit. I remember another mod which had a similar way of seeing things. I don't know if you remember him. Haskobar had some kind of similar style, trying to rename everything, even standard variables in the game, because I don't know why it must, but it was causing a lot of problems. It was maybe it could be, but you know, when you have some standards in some field, it's hard to get attention if you insist on being the one black sheep. I mean, you could be in theory the most intelligent of everybody, but you have to speak the same language if you want to talk your way and just your way. It's hard to have someone took the time to format your code and try to understand what you're doing. They just ignore you, and so that's one reason. And I don't know, I didn't, for instance, I think one of the recent mods was a new interface for the alchemy, but what I've seen is a screen with some like 200 tiny icons with all the possible magic effect for potions, and maybe it could be something useful if someone is able to memorize the icons, but I have problems just remembering 20 of them here in this screenshot. So how could I use a mod like that with 300 different icons? So I think it's a way of seeing things in different way. Maybe people with the more visual memory are able to use such interfaces easily than standard menus and lists and so on. But for me, for instance, it would be a problem regardless of how well it works, because I don't understand, I don't remember all those tiny icons. I have problems. So that could be another it could be more practical if you remember the meaning of all icons, but as you say, without a tooltip that is telling me this icon means cure health and this icon means restore fatigue, I don't understand, I don't remember. I have to click and try, and it's faster using 3 clicks and filtering, first searching for the effect and then for the proper name and so on. It's a matter of, I think, though, maybe also a matter of age. I don't know. But I started using computers a lot of time ago when first graphic interfaces has been done, and I remember the first studied by IBM about the common user access interface, and from there OS2 and the first Windows 3 and so on. Those for me are the standards that are still easy to use. So but maybe a compromise between the two. Your idea of adding tooltips with the magic school and the effect could be a way to make it work for all style people like me, and for new young players who like the speed of clicking the single icon in a table of 2000 icons. Maybe it could be the way. I will try it just to see. I don't know. Every now and then, in the chat, they talk about Rubberman. they call him like his sort of Jurassic Park beast, but all in all, I think there are a lot of models that are more or less the same age. So he's not the only one. I think also the authors of Morrowind Crafting, more or less. Recently I've seen also back Redwood Tree Sprites coming back. Yeah, true. And there was even another site when I started playing Morrowind. I don't remember. Oh, Eric. Do you remember Elric site? I think it was the bigger one before the Planet Elder Scrolls. Oh, I think. Yeah, it didn't last a lot. I think I don't remember if it was hosting there I remember the least mods. What? The one mod with the combat effect. It was called. It was a mod where you hit, for instance, a dreamer centurion. You had oil pieces and I don't remember the name. Combat enhanced. I don't think that was the one. It was more a graphic effect mode. The combat enhanced was more about combat moves. I don't know, but I'm sure that mod is still on Morrowind modding history. But it was one of the most impressive mods of the time, for sure. I don't remember really. Maybe I can find it. Looking for the author. Let me check. And the good thing about Morrowind modding history is when it works, the search is you can search in title, description, author, while on Nexus you have to go through 300 clicks and write things 3 times just to search for an author for a mod. It's super complicated. Here you just write everything and in theory you can look for it everywhere. The model is called the lease. I remember this. So in theory we should be able. Oh, not this one. Should be able to find the author. Let's try again. Just author. No, a lot of mods. I don't know. Maybe the search is not working because I'm seeing every kind of mods, but not mods by the list. So the search may be broken or there are no mods by the list. That's strange because I remember several mods. One mod that could be. Yeah, found one. Lock. I remember this one, and the one I'm talking about is here it is. Blood and Gore. This is the mod I was talking about. Yeah. And this mod is technically, I think, this mod and the ones by Cortex are the most advanced mod of that times. Also the mods by Mad Max the various transport mods by Mad Max, starting from the Magic Carpet, the Galleons and so on, but the mods by Cortex and the mods by the list technically were just super doing things. Oh, it could be something easier to do with Lua, but I think from what I've seen recently, things like making blood and gore splashes, nowadays people tend to do that with animation, with the magic effects. So the mod was really putting pieces of things and small meshes around the player, and rotating on the fly, so it was doing things in a different way, probably using effects and things at mesh level, animation level is more efficient. We have seen recently things done by Corpse. I don't know the right way to Curpulio, is it right? The chunks of meat flying around were really chunks of meat moved by the script commands. I think nowadays something like that could be done with magic effects, with animation effects, so no scripting moving things around, decals, things like that. Yeah, probably nowadays we have ways to do that in that way, more or less like for instance the shitty mod. You don't put a sword and move the sword by script trying to keep the sword on the player back. You just add it to the animation and forget it. It's more efficient this way. But this mod where we started studying and understanding the limits and what you could do with the scripting, and the various manuals like Morrowind scripting for dummies and all the knowledge about the quirks and the problems of the Morrowind scripting and the bugs and how to find workaround for them, probably comes from people who did these mods and wrote about them. This is something that we still don't have for things like the Lua. It takes years for people to understand the problem, find the workarounds and document them well. So people that start after find a easier way to learn. We can nowadays we can only open a mod, look inside and learn. There's no book, there's no Morrowind scripting for dummies dedicated to Lua yet. So probably it was from a certain point of view it was a little easier. But maybe that's because I'm old school, is similar to the 2000 icons and and the list box difference. I just hope that it will last, because I'm not sure what will happen when, if and when Open Morrowind will become the standard. I'm not sure they will get some similar way of using Lua. I've not seen the differences, but I think something born to be supporting multiplayer probably will not be much compatible with what we are using now, but maybe we will see. Anyway, as long that Lua or something else allow me to do things that I cannot do in standard Morrowind scripting, well, I'm happy. So I can learn it more or less. But if I can do something simple using standard Morrowind scripting, I'm happy too, because I already know what I can do and how to do it. With Lua I must always search, oh, can I use this thing? Will this thing be available, or is it still nil? Will it crash? Will it not crash? Am I using the right syntax? Everything is like this. You have to look for examples in other mods, or you have to try and see if it works. So people telling me that Lua is simpler and faster, they are telling me about things I don't know yet very well, and things that instead I know very well, like standard Morrowind scripting, where I know more or less 99% of what works, what doesn't, and all the quirks and the strange things that I have to use in a certain way. People who like Lua start modding Morrowind using Lua, and they don't know the quirks, so they have a hard time trying to use standard Morrowind scripting. That's the main reason. But Morrowind scripting is very simple. It's just a little of basic. Okay, let's see if we can sell something here.
Are you interested in purchasing my goods?
I need more money. But I love Lua, especially for this search, this search tool.
I'm
Is there
listening.
something
Please
you
go
need?
ahead.
Greetings.
Let's go, boy.
But it's me, or when the wolf is answering you, the sound is like what you wish spot. But I was thinking that this sound was something that Emma and Grumpy did on purpose for their companions, creatures, wolf creatures. But no, it's a standard sound of the standard wolf in game. So the wolf is telling you what you wish. it's really weird.
Let's go, boy.
And that's
Go ahead, I'm listening.
another
Dirt,
weird.
dirt, everywhere, dirt.
I don't know the reason, but oftentimes Garces is on some
Greetings.
NPC, but you
What
see
exactly do you
listening.
require of
the
me?
hint about the NPC nearby. So oh yes, I think Tithos animal companions are the ones that have been tweaked and tested most in these latest years. So probably they are one of the most reliable, and what's present in the mod is working very well, because I think it tested things a lot, and companions mod we know that are really hard to make working every time. Especially when you teleport around and you change cells a lot, sooner or later you have to punch or to reset in some way your companions, because they start trying to go to a previous destination and they start walking away. And probably the mods by Titho is has been very tested for this kind of problems. Yeah, I think we trying to play with such long lists are doing a very important service to modders, especially modders doing complicated scripts, because in my experience certain problems are triggered only when you have a lot of mods. When you develop mods, oftentimes you just keep the standard game and your mod and a couple of other mods, and you don't see the problems that may happen only when the game is on stress. For instance, also for dialogue, in my experience, certain problems, timeout problems, happens only if you have a lot of dialogue mods, but they happen a lot. You have these errors when you exit the dialogue, especially when you have some combat starting, and if you don't have a lot of mods loaded, you never find this kind of problem. Yeah, true. Also, especially for Western dialogue mode, it's very stressing to test for autos, because when you do the same things 10 times, you tend to go on the fly and don't be very thorough, because it's very annoying to repeat the same test every time, then change these little things. So that's also the reason. And if someone has tried the same mod, usually they do things a little differently, and then they are able to trigger the problem. And yeah, sometimes it's hard to get something useful from some user repos, because they give you some screenshot took from a phone of the computer monitor, and you think, but is it possible that somebody is not going to know how to take a screenshot of from the computer? And yes, it's possible. It seems. And also, I think one of the problems about, for instance, big projects like Time Rebuild, you tend nowadays to expand your, to give visibility to your mods, to go on a lot of platforms and social network and so on, but this becomes a problem when you are looking for error reports, because people put repos everywhere, on the Nexus, on Twitter, on the site, on the Discord, and so when you have to look at this report, sometimes you don't find them, and it's hard for them to get everything and don't lose any report, because in theory they keep telling people, please post the error repos on the site in the proper pages, but people usually just post where they are in that that moment and then forget. So it's not so easy to get all and look at them and tell the important repos from the things that are probably due to other conflicts or other mods and so on. But everything is better than no report, because even if just one error report in 10 error report is actually a real problem, it is still something that you probably would not see, because you are doing the script, you are doing the mod, and you don't even imagine that doing that thing in a different way could cause that problem, or that the other mod in that loading list could cause that problem. So the bigger the project and the more important are bug reports by people. At least that's something that I think if you are a mod author, you realize that it's important. So sometimes even when someone is reporting something a little silly, or that's very easy to understand that is not related with your mod, it's always good to just explain, no, it's not a mod problem with my mod, and be how can I say it, have patience, because people are always trying to help. I think there are people that are not trying to help, but just trying to be rude sometimes, but just ignore them. Yeah, you must think that most people, well, usually if you get an error report from another modder, people you know, and you can immediately evaluate and give more importance to those kind of reports, because you know people who know how modding is usually give you precious report and so on. But sometimes you have some reports that are really I don't say stupid, but easily that you could easily understand that are not real problems related to your mod, and you ask yourself, but why are you asking something like this? Because just look yourself. It's so easy to understand that the problem is elsewhere, but I think just ignore or just explain how to solve the problem. I think one of the most hilarious things that I remember about this is one time that Superstar really went mad with Leonardo, I think, because he was reporting a lot of issues with a version of one of her mod that was not the last one. So he was telling her about things that she had already fixed. But this thing went for like 10 posts, so it was really something, because in theory Leonardo should be experienced about this kind of things. He's doing error repos since a lot of times, so you think that this kind of errors from that side should not come, but every now and then you see something like that. I think I've seen a message recently. I think he's trying to contact Dark Half Guy in one of the forums. Probably the Bethesda forum or the Nexus forums, I don't know, but about one of Dag's old sites, which is I think abandoned because it's full of spam and things like this, but probably Dark Half Guy has other things to do, other problems, other videos to do, a lot of things, and so probably he just forget about the site, is not using it anymore, so I think not a big problem. But I was going to tell, hey Leo, come to the Discord. People is there now, but then I thought again, and no, I I think that Dark Half Guy will not be happy if I do something like that. So I did not answer to that post. But maybe I'm just being a little naughty about it. Anyway, I'm doing a lot of talk and zero playing. But recently I'm just repeating more or less the same
Happy to help.
the same
What's
quest,
your
because
problem?
I lost probably the last one like a noob, because I forgot that the automatic saves are automatic, but there's a limit. Then you cycle and start writing over the old saves, and so I have rewritten one of those probably. Oh, no problem. I don't do real quests or real role playing. I mostly play to show how mods can work or have problems together, and trying to show how to fix things if I find some problem. So I don't think few people that look at my streams are looking for real role playing or things like this. They just want to see mix and match about mods, to see how to load a lot of mods to fix some problems while they happen. About Ashfall, do you know when it's planned to have the official first release? Because I've seen a lot of video of screenshots, but no dates so far. So a couple weeks. I think I will try to integrate if there is some things missing from compatibility with GNOME. But I think most of them should be already there, if I understand correctly. Because I like to be able to use still Necessity of Morrowind mostly for the quest and the various Imperial settings. So heading also lying in the tent. That's I think that's nice. I think in Skyrim one of the best things about the tents mod were sitting inside a tent and laying there looking very very immersive, even more than cooking outside. The fact that you could sit down and lay inside the tent, and there was an option, I think, you could enable the tent or disable for a while and see the sky. Wow, very nice. The tent mod in Skyrim, I think, has been one of the mods that I liked most. And also we should have Morrowind crafting in a short time, hopefully. Morrowind crafting, I think, it's using mostly potions. But in theory, from you, it should be not hard to recognize and use them. I think you can intercept them before using them, while with standard scripting it's always something difficult with potions, because they are consumed before actually triggering the equip event. There are a lot of quirks in standard scripting. With Lua should be easier, I think. I don't know why that time Drake and Toccata decided to use potions. We will see. We are waiting for, I think, I make how can I say it? I think there will be a release of Morrowind crafting for Christmas. I'm optimist.
If that creature visits again, I think I'll have choice words to say.
So, what? This is some kind of restore health because the icons is like this one. But this one, no idea. I have only one potion. Two. Okay, let's see. No. I lost the potion, but I don't know the effect. That's a little... Oh, fortify alchemy? Okay, I must use this. And this is the Greater 7 one. I'm old style, I prefer to just use the filter. But this could be done I think this mod is using still the old non-Lua version of the script extender. But it works very well, all in all.
Count only the happy hours.
Could be. Yeah, probably the not clairvoyant Nerevarine mod is still not yet refined in certain aspect. It's a pity that QQQBBB decided to stop modding for a while. But I think the idea is great. I don't know, you told me that Sven was working on something similar, but I
don't care for those elves.
Did not. Yeah, it needs a little more polishing. And I have tried to understand the code.
That guy asks way too many
but
questions.
There are things that I don't understand yet, or that are not working as expected.
I could kill that girl.
That's the
Those
problem.
boots are ruined.
Because the windows are something, especially the dialogue windows are complicated. So when you try to hide that header, it's never the same thing. But probably it's also a matter of asking Night Cascade to add some event in certain cases. We will see who is the first between QQQBBB and Sven to release something more stable about. But I think the idea is great because
I can tell.
Going inside a room or a place and finding 10 different NPCs, and you know you have to talk with someone, but you don't know anybody yet. I think it's a great immersion improvement. So you talk and then you learn the names, and that is great. Problem is you reload after a week and you are already there, but people are unknown again for some reason, or some of them are, and it's not working 100% well. But the idea is great, and maybe some things like potions are a little annoying, especially when you have just one of them. That's really annoying because you have to use the potion and then you don't know why. But all in all, things like books are great in my opinion. You don't know a book until you read it. theory. Well, it could be written in the spine of the book, the title, but not bad. Other things, scrolls. I think scrolls are not hidden, but honestly, it's a while since I tried to enchant a scroll. Spells are visible for sure when you do a new magic spell. I'm not sure, but I could try. Maybe I have a soul gem. Yeah, let's try and enchant some paper. Low chance. Anyway. Well, let's try. Failed. I'm very low level, so it's hard for me to enchant something. But I think it should be visible. And then what other things? There was something else really annoying which I don't remember anymore. Not ingredients. Or something else. Don't remember. Prof. Armitage, hello. Talking a lot this evening. We're talking about the not clairvoyant reverie mod mostly. But it's a kind of mod that really I want in my game, so I'm trying it a lot.
The Ruins of Kamelzee by Rollard Nordson, with the acclamations of the Fellows of...
Let's see if I can sell this.
May I help you?
No. A brethren lady called Abia.
Nice to see you. Care to look through my selections?
My mod, I have this mod which is really making harder bartering.
Look at my selection and let me know if anything interests you.
Oh, and another mod that I love is the one adding the voices to merchants. when you talk with them. I think there are a couple of mods doing the same thing. There's one mod dedicated only to these kind of talk, and another one which is the one I'm using, I think, that is doing also sounds and other effects. I think I'm using Aura, this one. And this is the service voices, and it had some little bug. It was filtering also voices dedicated to caravanas, to other merchants, but now it's been fixed, so it is working very well now. Yeah, but I think there's a mod which was probably the mod having the original idea about it, that is doing just vendor voices, while our Aura is our more sound effect mods also for ambient sounds, interior sounds, so there are a lot of options. So the other mods is more Aura. I love some of the things, like the service voices are nice, but some of the interior weather, honestly, there's already the Hamchan mod, which is perfect in my opinion, because it's doing the same things, also related to changes of weather dynamically. And honestly, when I see a mod done by Hamchan, I use it because even if they are not 100% tested, because he's always doing things very fast when he have times to come back to Morrowind, but Hamchan is a genius, so everything he does, I use it if I can. I have always something to learn, just trying to look at it. And also most of the mods done by Nightcascade, for obvious reasons, because he wrote most of the NWSLU part, so he's the one knowing in and outs best. So it's always good to look at his mod, because you learn new things and new possibilities. And so for interior weather, I'm happy with the mod by Hamchan. Outdoor ambient, and this is, I have mixed feelings, because some of the sounds I like a lot, some of them, honestly, they are a little high pitched. I don't know if it is the right way to say it. They are really a little annoying to my ears. Maybe it's my... And also some of them repeat, they loop a little too much. For instance, the sounds in the Bitter Coast near Sidanin, you hear these frogs. But I think Nightcascade is just telling you, oh no, another one. But the reality is that the thing that he enjoys much about modding is that having people like you and the other modders asking for features to do new things, because that's his way of modding. The writing code for him is the best way to enjoy modding, and writing code to enable other people to make their modding dreams and reality is something that I think he enjoys the best. So you can stress him a lot before to really annoy him, I think. Also because you are in a position to stress people with reason, because you test a lot, you have a good understanding of how things works. You are not a coder, but you have a good experience about various parts of modding. So I think you are one of the best people about ability to do error reports and to find where the problems are. So, and also to ask for new things that could go together well with other mods and things like that. So you can stress modders with reason, in my opinion. It's true that sometimes, especially with mods like the one that Merlot is doing, you never stop adding new idea and new features. So you keep saying, oh yes, next 2 weeks will be done, and you have, every time you have new things you like to add, or someone gives you a new idea, and you think, oh cool, I can add this, and then another 2 weeks. Yeah, it's what we were talking about a few minutes ago. When you develop something, you don't see, you are not able to see things that other people may stumble upon. It's impossible. One reason is that nobody is doing the same configuration with the same mods, so nobody is triggering the same problems. But the most important reason is that when you develop something, you tend to skip some things, and doing that in a certain way. A Born Walker heart. I have already merged the mod, I think. So, Prof, you are already in my permanent loading list, I think. I don't remember where it is. I have merged with other dungeon mods, I think. Let me check. It was one of the longest. Oh, here it is. With dungeon tunnels, Greater Samaris, Face of the Auditor, Ancient Mine, and Plumbed Mountain. This mod has the longest title in my loading list, because I think there are 4 or 5 dungeon mods merged together. In order to be sure. One of the few things that I'm really missing is that try to expand the number of loaded mods, but technically it was really difficult to do, giving a lot of problems, so it didn't work, but it could have been really useful. From a certain point of view, it's even good that we have that limit, because this way people are more interested in learning how to manage mods, because they want to add new mods, they have no more space, and they learn how to manage the mods. And this is a way to start learning how to solve problems, to use mesh, to use the construction set. I think it's not impossible, it is just complicated and not worth, probably. There are maybe more important things to try to do. For instance, personally, my biggest desire about standard Morrowind is to be able to use a scrolling map like the one in Open Morrowind. I think that's the one thing about Open Morrowind that I'd like to have also in our old Morrowind. The scrolling map, because the rest more or less we have. That's a good idea. I never thought about it. But I'm used to manage a lot of so probably. But it's true that being always at the limit is annoying, because in my experience you cannot really reach the limit. You have to have at least 1 or 2 free slots, as you have big problems while using mesh for standard operations, because when you need one more slot you don't have it, and it's not easy. Oh, this mod. I think I've seen it work, and it seems to work very well. It does one thing, and it does it well. No problem, no errors. Fallen Ash. There's another mod. Oh, I think I discovered recently the one which is, I think it's a mod by, I was thinking by Merlot, but I discovered that it is from the Nile Cascades mod. The one about the soul gems. Let me see if not sure it has some panel here, but oh, here it is. Smarter soul trap. This one is great. It's really great. It is magic. You no, not that one. That one, honestly, I never been able to see much difference. But this one is genius. Basically, you have the soul gems, but for instance, you have a grand soul gem you can capture a nick sound, and the next time you try to to capture for instance some dagot, automatically that soul gem will be used to capture your most valued dagot instead of the nick sound. So it is always filling the proper soul gem according to their limit, and it's really great because that was one of the problems with standard soul gems. You had to pay attention what to keep in your inventory, else you could just use a precious Van soul gem to get a very small soul. And this mod is doing this automatically. Very, very suggested mod. I think it's in the standard list of nice game mods on how is it called? The site, I don't remember. The one about the... No, it's not in the Nexus, it's directly in the... how is it called? Where there are the... GitHub, I think, where you can find the recent version of the UI expansion. It's the same list of mods. Yeah, GitHub. It's there. And then I think about this one I'm not sure, because some of the rooms are a little too dark, and also using a lot of external mods for which there are not yet setups. All in all, not sure about keeping it, because it works great for standard Morrowind and the Bethesda expansion mods where everything is already coded, but for new sets, new mods, it doesn't work really well. Honestly, I'm already using a tweaked version of the glow in the dark mod. I'm using the same events to basically removing the light from the sun color, so it's compatible also with the tweaks that usually are done by Vitastec. But that color I'm adding to the other two colors, so I'm trying to darken but keep more or less the same color tone, and all in all it doesn't work so bad. So I'm using that kind of change in the lighting, and it's not working bad for me, especially for mods that are not included in this list. But it's very versatile if you spend the time for each cell to tweak it, all in all. But this one, I think it's more useful. at least in my setup, because it's basically it is just changing the light source, and this one I use it. I think it's more useful. Yeah, it's always tricky for that reason, because a lot of mods, especially old mods, landmass mods, don't have settings, and oftentimes they have cells with different light level. Not easy to find a compromise. But it's true that having lights with higher radius, like the setting for true lights and darkness, and the tweaks done by Micro Elysium, I think, recently with this mod, the effect is better. I found that at least using the latest version of Hamchand of MZI XE, enabling 16 lights limit per cell, the lights looks a lot better, even with the higher radius. You have much less problems having different cell floor tiles compared to when we had just 8 lights. It works much better, so you can increase the light radius with more effects, I think. So I'm using that. Just a perfect way to lower the ambient light and the other 2 cell lights. It's hard to find in a very modded game, but I think it's a matter of time of testing, finding the proper setting. But all in all, I am happy with it. And then another thing that is probably having progress is making better waves for the water shader. Utastek is working on that recently, and I've seen interesting things. I think he will be able to release something great in a short time, because the idea is basically to make the waves change height depending on how deep is the water, so make them more similar to real life. And probably he has found a way to do something like that, but still experimenting. But anyway, one thing is sure is that the Discord channels are the place where to go if you are interested in following the development of new ideas and new mods and new things for Morrowind, because everybody doing new things is there. That's probably there's no doubt about it. So sticking to old forums or places like the Bethesda forum, you can stay there, but you are losing all the real progress about the game in both branches, the Morrowind, old Morrowind branch and the open Morrowind branch. Everything is on the Discord channels. I think I have talked more in this stream than in 1 month of previous streams.
E-E-E-E-E-N.
Oh, and this is my Dedrick.
E-N-E. N-E-N-E-E-E-N-N-E-N.
A very raw implementation
N-E-N-E-E-M-N-N-E-N.
of trying to translate Dedrick.
N-E-N-E-E-S-E-M-N-S-N-S-E-N. E-S-S-A-N-E. N-E-N-E-E-S-M-N-S-N-S-E-N. E-S-S-A-N-E. N-E-N-E-E-S-M-N-S-N-S-E-R-N.
Basically, I should try to read different scrolls, not always the same, but I did not put a check for that.
N-N-M-A-E. I ache for you, my love. This place.
But when you have scroll,
E-N-S-E.
now I should be able. Oh, here it is. Scroll of vitality.
R-M-E or E-A-E-E-R. An A.
Come, Outlander, let's discuss business.
No, it's part of the I don't remember the name. Oops. A read aloud mod. I have added the you can disable it if you don't like it, but I think the Dedrick skill is nice because we had a couple of really nice mods adding longer formulas to Dedrick scrolls, to magic scrolls, and this is giving you some reason to use them, to try to translate them. Sometimes you have to select again the configuration where it is here to close for some reason when there are two menus open. No, it's a full UI mod. No ASP. No merging needed. I think that's just an icon for for the skill, but the rest is just lure. Let me check. Yeah. The icon is the one we use other than standard Lua script. And I think you are already using them probably, but I really suggest you a couple. So maybe I'm not really solving your merging problem with this, but to enjoy the Daedric skill, you should have also. Let me look for them. Where are they? Okay, these two mods, let me show you. This is one. Basically the mods that add new text for the scrolls, because if you use standard, no, it's not illiterate. Illiterate, I think it's everything is Daedric. This is extended Daedric scrolls, and the other one is this. No, not this one. Spell scroll text overhaul. And personally, I have matched, and we come back to the match. I have matched them because there are some scrolls overlapping. One of them is bigger mod, so it has more scrolls. But all in all, I think using both is the better option, because those overlapping are just overlapping, and you keep them both, make one single mod and load that. But they are really a must-have, in my opinion, if you want to use the Daedric scroll, because they give you some reason to read the scroll, because the standard scrolls oftentimes are just the usual woe upon you phrase and some little variants, while this mod adds a lot of variety about it.
SSN and ESNS. SHSN and ESNSH.
But I think it's the part when you randomly learn a new letter of the alphabet is not bad.
SHSN and HISON OSGH.
It is very easy to progress the skill, because when you have read about 20 or a little more scrolls, you just start learning 10 or 20 letters, and you almost can read everything. So the skill is going up very fast, but I wanted just something to give a reason to practice a little. So it's not really balanced as a skill, but
SGHT Ozone in the Zone OSGHT.
okay. I think, yes, I think I'm using the Dedrick font to replace her. Let's see.
Enlightenment emulate.
I think I have used for this a font by I don't remember the author, but probably it's the same font used, enhanced font used here.
Enlightenment emulate.
So I have still to learn this one, but it's easy.
Enlightenment emulate. Enlightenment emulate. Enlightenment emulate. Enlightenment emulate. Enlightenment emulate. Enlightenment emulate. Enlightenment emulated. I tire o all e uses or the t I steal e as I want. All resol e s and s nth glare o the million e ed ins t.
It works well with the QQQBBB mod because at least when you have first to use a scroll,
Lessons from the iter ost.
you have a reason to do it because you learn also Dedrick.
Delight to erode Ted so h a wondrous number er. Sight o sound and the sound o sight.
Venom Sword. Ah, this quest also.
Not yet. Give her 300 drakes.
Oh, finally.
Ariel Fiencel sold me the staff of the Silver Dawn for 3.
You will bring me great honor.
Oh. Oh, I think I know what's that. The script of the lady here trying to reset her fighting setting. little too much delay. Okay.
Retainer of House Delvani. What can I do for you?
Or is it inside?
It is a pleasure, Outlander. Do you require my services?
I'm still looking.
I don't remember which version of the Daedric font I'm using.
And a fine day to you.
Oh, and also this thing is nice, I think.
Dirty Muriel's Corner Club.
Go ahead, Outlander. What do you need?
Is there something you need?
Yes, here they are. Mouth Raven Omain thanked me for bringing her 5 portions of muck. No. Could you teach me? Mouth Raven Omain wants me to bring her a ring known as Black Jinx.
Where's that slave? Here not long ago.
Yes, here it is. Teach me to blind my enemies. Mouth Arera Uvulus thanked me for bringing her the staff of the Silver Dawn.
Okay. Well, more or less, I'm at the same point, I think, with previous save. Talked a lot this streaming, but all in all, maybe it's even more interesting this way. So thanks for watching, and especially for talking, and see you next time. Yeah, sharing knowledge. Bye bye.